I told people the bed bucking series is expanding a lot this year, and the Blacarian ones as well. It's not going to be your usual people that you're used to seeing all the time, or even in lamestream media. It's going to be some people that's there, and it's going to be some people that aren't there. And the person I'm about to talk about and have to induct into the Bed Bucking Hall of Shame is an example of a person that's there and not there. They're in a sense because they have a platform on YouTube and Twitch. They're actually one of the most popular people on Twitch, one of the most popular black people on Twitch, to be honest. And I think I've actually mentioned this person's name maybe one time in a video or maybe a live stream. But if you're not familiar with who the person I'm referring to is, a person by the name of Cenat. He is a very popular YouTuber and Twitch streamer. I think he's probably more popular on Twitch than anything. And he's very well known. He has a lot of energy. Some people may have seen him. If you have children or teenagers, they've probably watched him. If you're not familiar with who he is, if you ask your kids, if you have any, they'll probably be able to answer that question and tell you who he is. But the reason why he's getting inducted into the Bed Bucking Hall of Shame today is because he was on Twitch. As you can see right here, this is how the Twitch stream is set up. And they're dressed like Harry Potter characters because they just released this Hogwarts Legacy video game. Of course, you know, for those who know about Harry Potter, know about Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. And I guess they were just going with the theme. No harm, no foul, until he basically allowed this PC woman, who is this young lady right here, say the N-word on the stream. He allowed it. She didn't just come out and say it. He pretty much allowed her to do it. Now, I'm going to play this video. It's 26 seconds long, and you'll see for yourself.
Here you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Say it after me. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
Now, you can tell in her voice, in her tone, compared to his, she could tell she was hesitant to even say it. And when she said it, she almost tried to hold back from saying it. So even she was nervous to say it. But look at the shocked look on his face, as if he was shocked she actually did it. Dude, you gave her pretty much allowance to say it. But let's continue, because I didn't mean to stop it. Now, peep this, and I didn't mean to stop it again. Peep that he's the only black person in the room. We have one PC guy, this woman right here. He looks PC. I can't really tell, but he's non-black. I'll put it that way. And I can't really tell who this person is right here, but I'm going to say that they're PC as well. I just thought that I should point that out there, because there's something else I've also noticed as well when it comes to, you ever came across a white person that says that they have a black friend? Trust and believe me when I tell you they mean just that. Because notice that whenever there's a group of white people and they have a black friend, it's usually just that one black friend in a sea of white people, and they're usually that only black friend. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but that's something I've noticed as well.
Serious.
What's going on?
And see, even they think it's funny. I don't know why he's acting so shocked that she actually did it. Did he think that she wasn't going to do it? And like I said, like, pay attention. I'm gonna run it back and just really watch how hesitant she was to say it, and then listen to her tone when she did say it, compared to how he sounded.
Ready? Say it after me. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Nigga, please.
Now listen how forceful he sounds when he says it, because this is natural for him.
Nigga.
But let me run it back. Look at how her face looks after he says it.
Okay.
Nigga, please.
Look at her face. She kind of like pulls her face back. At first, her face was like she was all like smiles and everything, but then she pulls the smile back and is like, should I or should not, and just did it.
Nigga, please.
And listen to how she said it. Listen to what she said, and of course how she said it. And now he looks so shocked that she said it. Like, why are you so shocked that she did it? Did you think she wasn't going to do it? Here's an issue that I have, because I don't want to drag this out longer than it needs to be, honestly, because I can get straight to the point from this. Why is it that a certain sector of black people want to make white people feel so comfortable around them? That's called letting your guard down. And that is exactly why and how a lot of black towns got destroyed if they could not get in by force. Now, in case y'all are wondering, Kai is not FBA. Kai is Caribbean of Haitian and Trinidadian descent. So I'm not surprised right here that it was so easy for him to do this. Not saying that anybody who's FBA would not allow this to go down, because there are some amongst us that would do it given the opportunity. But there's a lot that will allow this kind of stuff to go down, as you saw right here. There's gonna probably be some people saying, oh, you're getting all bent out of shape. At least she didn't say with the ER. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that he allowed her to do it, and then did it while being the only black person in the room. Not that it would have made a difference if there were other black people there, but I'm just saying, the optics is there. He's the only black face in the damn room, and allowed this to transpire. And they thought it was funny. My question to Kai is, do you think that if the optics were changed, do you think that she would allow you to say any kind of derogatory term that's made for white people about her, or just say it in general on camera? Hell, she probably wouldn't even say it if the cameras were not on. Do you think she would? Now, I don't know if she is, if she isn't, but let's just say she's part of them folks. Do you think she will let you say that 4-letter word that begins with the letter K on camera, or in private, or any other slur that they would deem as a slur or something offensive to them? I highly doubt it. But again, this goes back to the thing of black people allowing others to become too comfortable. Because what ends up happening is you have this right here that goes on. Then we have someone like myself push back against it. Then they'll tell me that I'm being too sensitive. And then what's going to end up happening is the person who allowed it is going to get bombarded with a whole bunch of other people saying, can I say it too? And then if they say no, they're going to be like, well, you allowed her to say it. Now you're stuck. Then you're running back to someone like myself and saying you was right. You damn right I was right. It's all about the fact that too many people who identify as black, whether they are FBA or not, allows other entities or outsiders get way too comfortable. If they are not going to allow you to become too comfortable with them, then why do you allow it? I don't know what this is. Again, like I titled in one of my other videos, this is not an outreach program. We are not extending the olive branch out to everyone just so you can be cool amongst your peers. But then again, Kai is in his early 20s. So he was born in the early 2000s, I'm guessing. I'm guessing, I'm not sure exactly what his age is. I had to pause it right quick and Google it. He's 21, which means I believe he's going to turn 22 this year. So that means he was born in 2001, if my math is correct. So he was born in the early 2000s. I was 12 when this guy was born, or about to turn 12, depending if he was born before or before May. It just blows my mind, to see all of this stuff just transpire the way that it does. And he's not the only one, but he has a platform. And then you have people who are in the chat, you probably can't see it, that are literally aiding or baiting this on. Because he has a very, I would say, diverse following. But this is what happens when you get too comfortable. And Kai better be extra careful, because I'm not sure if y'all remember this or not, but this wasn't it wasn't that long ago. But even when all of this stuff was happening, I don't think it was true. But there was something that happened. Let's just say some person accused Kai. Well, no, let me put it this way. There was a party that he had, I believe, in Miami, and someone can correct the details if I'm a little bit off, where someone had went to his party. A young lady went to his party, and they said she was tired, and Kai allowed her to go upstairs and sleep in the room. And apparently, allegedly, someone at the party that Kai knows or that knew him went into the room and violated her. That was swirling around for like a good week and a half. Of course, if you're not in the know, like, you know, are into this, you wouldn't know about it. It wasn't something I really harped on because that's not my lane. But I remember hearing about it because I watched some people who will react to those type of stories. And let's not also forget that Kai was going through some issues with Twitch. You know, he was accusing them of being racist and everything like that because, you know, him being a very popular streamer, and he's a black streamer, probably one of Twitch's most popular and one of their most successful streamers. And who was it that was really coming out the bat for him like that? Mainly black people, even black people that didn't even know who the hell he was. All I'm going to say is this. If he gets his wake-up call, people are going to come right back to this right here. Again, stop making people too comfortable. You know what this also reminds me of? And for those of you who weren't around at the time, I did a bed bucking video on Brandon Fakem. And I think it was the first one that I did on him. And it was back in June, maybe, of last year. I can't remember exactly what month, but I do know it was a summer month. And this same type of thing happened where he had like a call-in show or whatever. And some white guy called in and he started saying the N-word, and Brandon didn't check him on that. Not that I would expect him to do so, because that's his audience right there. And again, imagine if he got bombarded with that, then that means because he has allowed his audience to get to that point. Eventually, what you allow is going to suffocate you. And I don't know if he's had call-in shows since. I really don't care because I don't watch his content. Well, with the exception of that one time me and Rob had to react to his video, and that was cringeworthy at best. But this reminds me of that situation right there. But I think the difference between this one and Fakem is that guy said the hard ER, the hard R as they call it, and he said it multiple times. And it's like Brandon didn't check him. Not one time. He had this deer in the headlights kind of look on his face. But I'm not surprised by the fact that he didn't check him. I would have been shocked if he had, but I'm not shocked that he didn't.